exercise to try and rehab tight hip flexors. So you don't want to stretch hip flexors, they just stay weak and they stay tight. Often they're tight because something else is going on. So it can be because you're in a very flexed position on the bike, lots of hip closure, and there might be something else going on with your hip that isn't actually hip flexor pain. But if I diagnose it as hip flexor pain, we're looking at trying to rehab the hip flexors, probably jointly with other muscles. So sometimes because you've got weak glutes through range, but specifically for hip flexors, getting to the point, if you look at this particular exercise, so stand with your hands on the wall, you're going to tuck your tail in, so you're trying to basically squeeze your glutes and flatten your back, and you're going to look at bringing your left leg up and holding your left knee up with a hip at 90. So it doesn't look like much, and then you're squeezing this leg, locking this knee out and holding. So probably starting with a 20-second hold and then slowly lowering. So I'm working my left hip flexor and down. So just to repeat, leg straight, tuck your tail in, flatten your back, squeeze your glutes, lift your leg up and hold at 90. 20 seconds and then slowly down. So 3 sets of 20 on each leg, do both hip flexors, and then a couple of times a day, 4 times a week. You can progress to using a weight, so you're holding a weight over your knee, which is adding the weight onto the hip flexor, and you can progress to something like 3 kilos, 20 seconds times 3.